And I'm sure that everybody else has thanks they want to give. But right now, we have to thank those who have gone on to the great time slot in the sky before us. People like John Candy, Divine, Andy Kaufman, Roddy McDowell, John Ritter, and Don Stabme.
Don Stabme will always be remembered for his great performances in The Busters and Jimmy Stewart Superstar. But he'll also be remembered for much, much more.
The only connection I had when I came to Hollywood was my lifelong friendship with Don Stabme. Now, I was doing bathroom maintenance for Universal Tour Studios. I run into Don, and he introduced me to the actor who does the Tidy Bowl spot for the Tidy Bowl commercials. Well, that led to my first job in television. Now I wasn't just cleaning bathrooms. I was filming them. Thank you, Don Stabme. Thank you. Thank you.
Don Stabme. Don Stabme got me my very first movie role. You remember Ralph the dog catcher from Braveheart? No? No, of course you don't, because my role was cut from the movie. But Don Stabme got me that part. Whee! 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 I was always afraid to try my luck in Hollywood because I heard in order to make it, you had to sleep with one of those icky producers. But then Donnie reminded me that my daddy was a producer. Thank you, Donnie Most. Whee! Whee!
Don Stabme appeared to be a star in the rise, whose glimmer was clouded over by the glittery sheen of Hollywood's cruel spotlight. His big break was to come from Michael Cimino, who, hot off his Oscar win for The Deer Hunter, had promised Don a role in the sequel to his not-yet-released Heaven's Gate. But Heaven's Gate 2 was never to be.
Things were looking down for Don for the next 15 years or so, until he landed a major role on a sitcom that was to do for ski resorts what Caddyshack did for country clubs. Unfortunately, due to the untimely death of its intended lead actor, Sunny Ski Lodge never made it to the air.
But then, after multiple substance abuse problems and 3.5 attempted suicides, Don finally got a great role. He was offered a role in the tentatively titled I Was Stabbed 13 Times with a Dull Butter Knife, from the maker of such films as Don't Go in the Bathroom and Ma and Pa Kettle's Erotic Adventures, director Alan Smithy.
While like all my films, I knew this would be received as an Alan Smithy production. Deep down, I also knew that the real auteur of the piece was its star. The tragedy of the whole thing, besides Don's death, of course, was that we shot the film out of sequence, electing to shoot the last scene, Don's last scene, first. And we used a real dull butter knife for the close-up, but the knife that Don was to be stabbed with was a stage knife, perfectly safe. Anyway, at some point, somebody switched knives. Inadvertently, one hopes. And just as we're about to shoot the scene, just as we started shooting the scene where Don is about to be stabbed, he shouted something. What he said will forever remain unknown. For these were his last words. Don't stab me!
No one really knows what Don's last words were. Many believe he was shouting his own name, but he may have been saying Din Stigney, which in Pig Egyptian literally translates to, will someone pull the roast out of the oven? But in Hollywood slang means, on with the show.